All right, happy Saturday, everyone. I just dug into my collection here and wanted to share my collection of Wolverine number ones. Kind of a sneak peek here, but unfortunately, they're not all signed, but it really makes me excited and really appreciate, and I hope the rest of the community also appreciates more signed books. I know this is like the age-old debate whether or not like signed books are cooler or unsigned books, but I'm just cleaning up my desk here so I got room to put stuff. But I just think signed books are so much cooler. Let me know what you guys think below. Signed books are just so much more unique, and like there's so much more, I don't know, uniqueness of it. It's more of a collector's item. So take example, this one here, Wolverine number one, limited series. So this is, for those that don't know, this is not the ongoing Wolverine series. This was the kind of the first splash, 1982, and this came after, much after Wolverine's first appearance. That was the 70s and Hulk 181, or Hulk 180, up for debate. Anyhow, so this one here, not a newsstand, and this one was printed to oblivion. I think there's something like 3,000 or 6,000 of these on the census. So everyone saw number one Wolverine, definitely got to pick up 10 copies. And so, yeah, this one here, signed and sketched by Joe Rubenstein and signed by Chris Claremont. So there's kind of a sketch there. Joe Rubenstein, there's Chris Claremont. So that's a nice one. I've kind of ordered these in the ones that I like least to most, I guess. Well, actually, sort of, not really. Clayton Crane, this is not a Wolverine number one from the 80s. This is from 2020, the facsimile edition. But this Clayton Crane artwork is kind of a homage to like the original. Wicked artwork. Like, holy smokes. That is wicked. Like, this is, I mean, this is more cartoony. I think back in the days, people really disliked the drawing Wolverine. I'm okay with it. Like, it looks pretty good. But this, holy smokes, the white eyes and everything. Yeah. So I really like this cover. I know it's a facsimile, but it's signed by Clayton Crane. And this was a Clayton Crane exclusive. I actually didn't know that. Yeah, I could have got someone to draw on the back too. This looks like the cover, doesn't it? Because it has that. Yeah, I guess it's a two-in-one, double-sider. Moving along, I don't really know why I bought this one. It's a non-newsstand, Wolverine number one, Frank Miller signed. Yeah, it's always good to get Frank Miller's signature. He's pretty iconic in the whole Wolverine Marvel area. These ones, in some sense, I kind of regret buying these. I've gone over, if you haven't watched my older videos, I had a video that I went over these in pretty fine detail, just to say like, my video was CBCS vs CGC, and like, who grades stricter? I mean, without a question, CBC slabs are better than CGCs, like crystal clear, no Newton rings, no shaking in there. It's no different from like PSA versus BGS cards for the sports collectors, sport cards collectors. But anyhow, like, would this get a 9.8 if I got it signed? Up for debate. It could be a 9.6. There's some spine ticks that could be pressed out. It's not a 10, I'll say that much, but it is good condition. But in the end, I did end up sending my CGC in, so I was surprised, actually, and go watch my video. I go more in depth in that video. But I was surprised. I've always thought and I've always heard that CBC has grades more strict than CGC, but I don't think that's the case, especially not going forwards. I think CGC has kind of made the realization that they need to really pick up their socks and like get their grading consistent. So there was kind of a phase where everyone was pissed off, I guess including myself, where you would send in an old 9.8 blue and come back 9.6 because it had a ding here or there. So they're getting more strict, I think, which is a good thing for sort of the appraisal grading community. So yeah, anyways, moving along. Some newsstands. I did a video not too long ago. So this one was graded recently because you can see it says newsstand edition. Finally, and they have the barcode. Finally, funny story, like they just copied CBCS, which is a great idea. So you can just go up to the slab, scan that, and it'll take you to the notes. Although there's no notes on this one anyways, in 9.8. But and then they finally recognized the newsstand. I can't wait till CGC breaks the newsstand into a separate, like a variant of that book. Because right now, still, this grade, like the 9.8 Wolverine number 1, is grouped into all the Wolverine number 1. So including the direct, like the non-newsstand editions, which is not like a good, not good for the census because these are probably roughly 10%. Anyhow, and this is an older one. See, there it doesn't say newsstand edition, and it also does not have the barcode. Anyhow, yeah, so just 2 newsstands. This one here, this is quite notorious for the Wolverine number 1s where they cut they cut but too late. Probably should have been cut like right there. More so you can see on the back, you see all this extra stuff, funky stuff here. The printers didn't cut them off properly. It happens, I mean, whatever. It's kind of part of the hobby, I guess, the imperfections. It's kind of cool. This one here, this is a bit better. A lot of them have these funky spots there on the back. So when I got these are 2 newer ones. They both have newsstand on them, you can see. When I first collected these, it was like, where are the newsstands? Where are the Wolverine newsstands? This has that cut again. Where are the Wolverine newsstands? They don't exist. Impossible to find. This one has quite a bad rap here. Look at the back. But I don't know, just through the last 4 years or so, actually, sorry, through the last I think like 2 years, I think as everyone's kind of liquidate their books now, they're starting to sell and they're surfacing. A lot of the newsstands have come out. And as a result, I've picked up quite a few of them. I mean, you can see here, these are all newsstands here. I sold all my non-newsstands. Well, sorry, that's not true. I sold some of my non-newsstands and I've picked up some of the newsstands ones. So yeah, this one here is an older one, doesn't say newsstand. This newsstand. I guess I could do a video. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are interested in me doing a comparison between like a newer graded one, versus an older graded one, book for book. And I have a little bit of data because I got a few of the same book, and I could actually go through and see when a book was graded and let you know, draw a quasi-conclusion based on the small set of sub-data, whether or not they are actually grading harder on the new books or not. I mean, just looking at these 2, this is an older one. It looks, I would say about the same. The new one still has a spine tick here. It's still kind of a crapshoot. I mean, a little bit of luck here and there if the grader's in a good mood. A lot of times what I do, here's a tip also that I use, is if you see a slab like a 9.8 blue or 9.6 for that matter, and you're considering to send it for like a crack press regrade or a crack press sign regrade, and you're like, does this have a chance at 9.8? Sometimes it's hard to see from the pictures, right? You gotta see it in real life. But what I do often is I will look at the CGC number, and I'll go up 1 and -1, -2, up 2, -2 to see kind of the grades of the other ones. A lot of times, the Wolverine number 1 specifically, the people will send in like about 7 copies, and then you can see like if it was like 9.8, 9.9, 9.8, you can kind of like draw a conclusion like, maybe that grader on was just having a really kind day, or he was happy that day or whatever. So he was just like being quite generous. But if you see like 9-4, 9-6, 9-8, 9-6, 9-4, and you got that 9-8, it's kind of just like tinfoil hat theory. You're like, that is a strong 9.8. Like that grader was like a very specific grader, and he did show some 9.4s. It doesn't really mean anything. I mean, now CGC also, they scan the picture so you can kind of look at it to draw your own conclusion. Was that really a 9.4? Was that really a 9.6? Because still, I think today, a strong 9.6 and a weak 9.8 is very difficult to differentiate between. So kind of just part of the hobby. I mean, I love signature books. It kind of started just when I was young, when I collected like sports cards. Just love to get the athlete's autograph because it's like a little bit more personal. With comic books, like back in the days, yeah, when you go to like a Comic-Con and like meet the artist, it's really cool. Unfortunately, my city, we don't get anyone cool that comes here. So all of my books that I did get slabbed and signed, sorry, I either bought them signed or I got them signed through CGC. So they bought in the creator and then they signed in there. So I never got to meet them. Regardless of which, this is probably my favorite of them all. Newsstand, movie number 1. Unfortunately, it's off-white. But triple sign, Chris Claremont, Rubinstein, Frank Miller, and that's a wicked, beautiful looking Frank Miller signature right there. Nice and big. Yeah. Could add Roy Thomas on here. Glynis Oliver Marsh. She's the colorist of these. I would love to add those two to this book as well, but at the same time, I'm just so scared. Because if this were to come back 9.6, it's like, be quite devastated. Looking at it though, yeah, nah, it's not worth sending in. Look at this. So this was also, here's a great example. This was graded a while back. It does not have the newsstand and it does not have the barcode on the back. I honestly would be even scared to send this in now to get a new slab because like they might be like, oh, let me regrade this. It's actually not a 9.8, and then that would like just tank the value of this. You see there's spine tick, spine tick, spine tick, spine tick. Spine tick. Ooh, is that a color breaking? Sort of. But the stain around the stain post is tough to see. Beautifully sharp corner. Sharp corner. Okay corner. Not bad. Good corner. So spine-wise, this is not great, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think this is off-white. Of course, I can't see the inside of the book, so that's kind of up for debate. Damn weight on the cover, though. On the back, I mean. So anyhow, this is one of my favorites. Triple sign, newsstand, movie number 1. I know off-white to white, so not perfect, but yeah. Anyhow, so that's it. Let me know what you guys think. I guess the age-old question is, would you rather have a newsstand blue, or would you rather have a signed non-newsstand? I'm gonna courageously try to hold 4 of these for a photo here. This is not gonna turn out well. But I should just do this off camera. By now, if you're still watching, thank you, I love you. But everyone else probably should have signed off by now. I am going to attempt. I don't want to scratch these slabs, so I don't want to drop anything. Oh, this feels like an accident about to happen. Okay, put those down. Okay, we got it. So this here for the cover. For the thumbnail, guys, glare. There you go. Okay, that's probably long enough. I will snapshot that later. Anyways, so you guys think I'm crazy? Please comment below. It's probably a bit excessive that I have so many of these. But yeah, eventually I should liquidate some of them. Kind of excited and waiting for the Deadpool movie to come up with Hugh Jackman. And I'll probably release one or two of these. I'll list them at least on eBay. And then later on when the actual new Wolverine is cast in MCU, I'll probably list a few more. I don't need that many. That's the honest truth. There's collecting, but I would definitely put that money towards like an X-Men #1 instead, or Hulk 181, for example. Obviously not 9.8, but like something up there as well. I would say in the grand scheme of things, if Hulk 181 and X-Men #1 are like grails, Wolverine #1 is kind of like a mini grail compared to that. Still kind of grailish, but like nothing as wow as like a Hulk 181 or a X-Men #1. Kind of like a blue chip versus like a mid-tier cap company. Anyhow, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.